Well, hi there, and welcome to this video. I'm Peter, the blogger behind the notashamedofthegospel.org blog, and today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you about the new direction that I'm going to be taking the Not Ashamed of the Gospel blog. Now, this video is mostly going to be for people who have been subscribed to my blog, who read my articles, or come visit pretty regularly. But if you haven't, then also this video might be for you, just to learn a little bit more about what kind of articles you can expect from my blog. Now, I want to share with you, before I tell you about the new direction that I'm taking my blog, I want to share with you a little bit about why I started it in the first place. And it all started back in 2011 when I started the Not Ashamed of the Gospel blog. And I started it because many years ago I was an atheist, and God had really done some amazing things in my life. And I wanted to reach out to other people who doubted God's existence and who doubted that God was there, and that you could have a communication with Him. And I wanted to convince those kinds of people that, hey, God exists, God loves them, and it's in their best interest to have a relationship with God. And I've learned so many different lessons throughout the years about what it takes to minister to certain people, and definitely different kinds of people have been attracted to my articles. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to also create this video, because I learned some things recently, and that's why I'm going to be taking my blog into this new direction. So here we go. Let me share with you the 3 different groups that I will be addressing and writing for and doing videos for in the future, and the one group that I will no longer be addressing or writing for in the future. So the first group that I'm going to be writing for is going to be the people who are searching for God. And I call this group searchers. And they're the people that usually go to google.com, Bing, or Yahoo, or something else, and they go and they do a search. And they search for, hey, does God exist? Is there a God? What's the meaning of life? All these different questions that kind of have to do with spirituality. And the reason why is because I found that a lot of times Google sends these people to my articles because I've addressed some of these questions before, but I can expand on them, and I'm planning on expanding on them in the future. So that is the first group that I'm going to be regularly addressing in my articles in the future. Now, the second group that I'm going to be addressing in the future is a group that are the people who are having spiritual doubts, and I could call these people doubters. And usually they consist of either believers or unbelievers. They could be Christians who are experiencing spiritual doubts in God. They're having a faith crisis because they're experiencing a trial in their life. Or even an unbeliever who's kind of on the fence and is experiencing some kind of doubt. And I already interact with these people because they email me several times a week as they find my articles, and they ask me for help with their faith. So I'm going to be helping out that group of people too. The third group of people are Christians who want to know how to answer the questions of searchers and doubters. So if you're a Christian and you want to be able to, have a conversation with somebody who's searching for God, or somebody who's having a faith crisis and is doubting God, then of course these articles are going to help you out, because it'll be my answers to these people and to their top concerns. Now, let me tell you about the group that I'm no longer going to be addressing in my blog. And that group is the atheists group. And so I shared with you earlier on in the video that I used to address this group specifically because I used to be a former atheist, and I really wanted to help them out. However, what I recently realized is that sharing God, or about the things of God, and trying to convince atheists that God exists is kind of like this candy bar that I'm holding up right here. Now, it's a chocolate bar. I really love this chocolate bar. I want you to imagine that, hey, somebody comes up to you and you offer them this candy bar. And you tell them, hey, would you like a candy bar? And then that person in return comes back and tells you, no, I don't like your candy bar, and I don't like any kind of candy bars. Candy bars are the worst thing ever that have been ever created. Now, it would be quite silly for you to keep on offering that person a candy bar, right? That's kind of the way that I found that atheists are. They, don't want God. They're very zealous about, preaching about, the evils of God as they claim, and all these different things. And that's fine. That's their opinion, and they have the freedom to be able to express it. But it would be silly for me to go ahead and offer them, God, and to address them specifically as a group when they've specifically said, no, we don't want anything to do with God. So it took me about 6 years to discover that, a little bit more than 6 years. So yes, I'm a little bit slow, but hey, I think I learned a lot of very valuable lessons through this process. Now, with the atheist group, I also want to say that through my blog interaction, I've had many wonderful interactions with some atheists. I've actually built friendships with some of them. They've become some really, really good friends of mine. I've come to cherish those friendships, so I've also enjoyed them. It's just that I won't be necessarily writing them or keeping them as a frame of mind when I'm writing the topics and the subjects of my articles or doing videos. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. If you want to subscribe to my blog so that you can get notified about the articles, the videos as they come out, go to my website, notashamedofthegospel.org. There's going to be a link in the navigation called Free Resources. Be sure to sign up for one of the Christian resources so that you can get onto the Christian list or sublist, or the spiritual list and sublists. And then you'll get my weekly or bi-weekly emails that tell you, hey, what's the latest that I have in store for you. Let me know if you have any comments below. You can leave them on this page or below where you're watching this video. And hey, I'll see you in the next video.